I was the one who said to the BDO, certain things have happened in private life that you can't do anything about, you know. There's no such thing as a random test, absolute rubbish. If I can put a smile on somebody's face in that crowd tonight by doing something silly, I will. You know, I've dusted myself and gone on with it.
Welcome back to the MODUS Super Series, and I am thrilled to announce that we have a legend in the studio. With myself, the asset Paul Nicholson, I've got Richie Burnett. Richie, it's always great to have you here. We waited a little bit of time to get you into the building, but when you came here for the very first time, you did win Group A, and you made it all the way to the final, where Jimmy Van Schie was pesky and taking you out. Yeah,
lazy darts he had all week, and then, I ran out of steam at the end, but fair play to him. Yeah, I just kept getting lost the first few days I was here. I was ending up in toilets that I didn't, nobody knew existed, but I found a few more rooms for you here, so, I was happy to get acclimatized with the building.
In our previous studio in Southampton, you had a great deal of success there, but we'll get to that in due course. What I want to do is look at your life in darts somewhat chronologically. Looking back, based on the records that I've looked into, I want to go back to 1988, when you were representing your country. That was a time for Wales where maybe somebody was ready to take the reins after Leighton Rees and Alan Evans had carried it for the late 70s and early 80s. Did you feel that that opportunity was right there for someone to take it?
Yeah, I did, but I didn't debate in them days, not speaking out of turn. Sometimes the darts used to get in the way of the drinking, and I'm easily led, as you know. So, we did another 7 years really to put my stamp on the sport. So, me and Christy Johns, we were nutters, but we had some good times together.
Do you remember the other two teammates that you had at that Europe Cup when you were winning
against Scotland
in the final?
I believe it was Geraint Wilson and Eric Burden.
Perfect. There's nothing wrong with your memory.
No, not at all. Yeah, me and Christy Johns, we were terrible twins, but he was a character.
I'm sure you've got some great stories to tell from those days, but around about that time, things did take a bit of a turn away from darts, didn't they? Because you were involved in something away from darts that kept you away from the sport for a while. Is that right? Yeah,
I was in a car crash, and a few things went with that, but you get over them. I'm built of strong stuff, so I got over that. And the way we came back again, I think it was 93, I came back. And then put my head down then, because it was a life-changing moment for me.
Around about that time, there was a huge split in the sport of darts, where some people were deciding that they wanted to go on their own and promote themselves elsewhere. You made your debut at Lakeside in 1995, and what a lot of people don't understand is that you didn't only win that year, that was the year you made your debut.
Yeah, I'm probably the only person ever to go into it first time and be the favourite to win it. But I was winning everything, and I was invincible. I really thought I was. I don't think I lost a game of darts for over a year, not one. And that was my height, the peak of my height. That I was unbeatable, I felt.
And you won the World Masters just before that as well. So that proves just how hot you were at that point.
I won a lot of tournaments that year building up. So at that time of year, that was the only time really to show your talents off in front of TV cameras. So I really made the most of it then.
When that World Championship was yours in 1995, and you somewhat christened the world with that famous Richie Burnett stance celebration, if you'd bumped into someone after hitting that final double, and they'd said to you at that point, that is going to be the only World Championship you will win, what would you have said to them?
It wouldn't have been nice. I've like I say, I've mishandled my career. Certain things have happened in private life that you can't do anything about, but I've dusted myself and gone on with it. Dartitis was a huge thing for me, but I got over that. I stuck myself in a room. I used to throw myself at the dartboard. I'd be black and blue, but I made sure that it would go. And that's what came, that's the snatches came out of it. And I don't know why I'm doing it anymore, because I don't really worry about it. It's where the points go in the dartboard, that's what all that matters,
There's been a lot made of Steve Beaton retiring at the end of this year from PDC darts. He's going to World Seniors, and you never know, he might even come here to Portsmouth, and you might be on a collision course to have a rematch of 1996. But do you think that you get enough credit for trying to defend your Lakeside Championship from in 1996, and you only just came up one short?
A lot happened in that venue at that time, which I will elaborate about. I'll write a book about it one day, and it was shocking. But that was when I knew I can't hang around to this lot. I mean, if you've got amateur people running a professional sport, you're only going to get amateur results, and I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Around about that time, you lost the final to Barneveld, and his career kicked on from there. But that coincided with you maybe dipping your toe into some PDC action, getting it to the World Match Play. And Martin Adams was doing something similar around about that time. What was the one moment that made you think, maybe it's time for me to go to the PDC and give it a go there?
I think after the 96 final, when I lost to Steve, there was a lot of things happened there, and certain people I will never forgive, but, I've moved on. I couldn't wait to go over, and I was the first to go. They all say about John Part, but John Part was playing their tournaments in America, and he qualified for their tournament. Had he had the choice, he would have chosen Lakeside, So, I put all my eggs in one basket, and I said, and off I went.
The World Match Play actually gave you a lot of joy as soon as you went there, because you made a semi-final there, obviously, a couple of times. You were runner-up there as well, which a lot of people tend to forget. Yeah. What were your early memories of Blackpool like?
That was my favourite venue out of all the venues I played at, to be honest. That was a brilliant place. And it was proper dart people there, proper crowd. I used to love sticking my chest out and giving it the Burnett bounce, and I used to love the crowd, and it was something special, But Taylor was at peak of his powers, and, he wasn't, he was everybody's enigma when let's be honest about it.
Just want to take you back a few years at that point, because people like myself, Chris Mason, and some other people who adore you and have been watching you for decades now, we look back at how we felt as teenagers watching you and Phil Taylor around the end of 94, 95. And we all say you were the best player in the world, bar none. How do you feel when people say that about you?
It's never to be known, was it? Because we never played each other until 97, I think it was. Things got in the way. I was threatened with the BDO, with keeping my money and all this jargon. You're led to believe it at the time, you're brainwashed by them. And then I knew some truths then, and I just went, and he just was never to be. He beat me in that tournament we had in Circus Tavern. Yeah, I was a shell of the player I was by then, so. Yeah, but I dusted myself off and carried on playing PDC, and I was welcomed with open arms, because they did admire me, because they had a lot of respect for me, because I was the one who said to the BDO, because they were amateurs. Amateur people will give you amateur results, and too much of a conflict of interest. If I'm earning loads of money and they go home to work tomorrow as a painter and decorator, they're not going to like it, do they?
Exactly right. I couldn't agree with you more. Over the course of the early 2000s and the next 10 years, you were constantly there. What are your memories of that decade? Because things weren't maybe as bright as the previous one.
It was tough when it was the WDC. Until Barry Earn came along, there was no real incentive, prize money-wise. But we were still together. We had good comradeship. I'm just proud of the fact that I was so much well respected by my peers, like Eric, John Lowe, Cliff, all respected what I'd done for them. I opened the door. It took a while for others to come across, but like I say, it went boom when Barry came along, and it's continued. It's got better and better every year, and so it should do. So it should. And
the stalwarts of the BDO around about that time, your Kevin Painters of the world, and Steve Beaton, of course, came over around about the 2000 mark. And stayed there ever since. But what a lot of people may not know is that you have one ranking PDC title. I'm sure that doesn't sit very well with you. Yeah, like I say, I've underachieved. If I could throw like I was in 95, 96 without any problems, it's like sometimes they go, sometimes they don't with me. Especially when I'm throwing myself at the board. But I don't care. I still enjoy playing. I still enjoy winning. And if I can put a smile on somebody's face in that crowd tonight,
by doing something silly, I will, because I enjoy doing it.
I want to take you back to 2010. We went to a place in Germany called Bad Nauheim, and you made 2 finals in the same weekend.
Yeah.
On the Saturday, you lost to Mark Webster, and that
Yeah.
was his only PDC title.
Yeah.
And the very next day, you lost to Simon Whitlock in the final.
Yeah.
Do you remember that weekend?
Yeah, I do. And exactly the same thing happened. It was 5-4 to them, and I went for a 25 for the 36 on a 1-2-1 and hit the ball. Twice I did it. And that was to be 5-all, and I would have had to throw then the next leg. But fair play, they played well, the pair of them. They played well. They played really well.
And over the course of the next few years, we would see you in the match play again. We would see you on course for the Worlds. Something did happen that I think is only fair that we don't elaborate on, but you were suspended from the PDC system.
Yep.
At that point, what were your thoughts in relation to darts? Did you think that maybe this was the end of the journey, or did you feel that there was a comeback coming?
I felt a bit hard done by, to be honest with you. I really did, because about all I'd done for the PDC, there's no such thing as a random test, absolute rubbish. But it's gone, done my bit, done my time. Couldn't wait to get back, and yeah, I mean, I totally get it, because it was a bad time, like it was. I mean, I practiced all the way through it because I still love playing. But no, I mean, I took it all on the chin, never said a word, because I was offered half a sentence, and I said I ain't no grass. So I took it on the chin, I took the lot.
When you came back, I remember vividly, because the first time I saw you after that suspension, I made a beeline for you. And
Yeah.
I said,
You was one of the only ones, in fact, and that's gone a long way with me.
It was just great to see you. And
yeah.
what was the initial reception like when you came back?
I was a bit muted, to be honest. I was quite surprised, but yeah, I can expect that. I mean, a lot of the players had come and gone in those two and a half years I was out. But yeah, I still turn heads when I walked in the hall. So yeah, it was a bit muted, but I could understand. I could understand.
Moving forward to a little bit more recently, during the period of COVID, when that hit in 2020, we decided to start all of this.
Yeah.
And we started the studio in Southampton, and you were one of the first really big winners there. What kind of impact did that place have on your career to date?
I know, good old COVID, eh? It's one good thing that did come out of it was this, because this is amazing down here. I mean, Southampton was okay, but it needed upgrading, didn't it? But it was great. It was fabulous, and you won't get any better practice than that. If you can't improve after coming here and having match practice for a week, you're doing something wrong. And this is the best practice you can ever have.
It was very evident down there that you thoroughly enjoyed the competition through some tough conditions, because in the winter it was very cold there, and the summer it was very hot.
And the squeaky floor.
Yeah. I said the other day, I don't know whether you agree with this, but we should have taken that floorboard and framed it and put it in the wall.
It costs a lot of arguments, that did, didn't it, that floor?
From Southampton, you went back to the Pro Tour pretty quickly, proving that if you can succeed at this level, it can vault you back to where you want to be.
Yeah.
2 years on the tour, back at this level now.
Yeah.
What are you feeling for moving forward?
I'll be going for my card again in January, and I'll get it and all, because I'm playing well enough. I still got sciatica. I've got a dead leg, but it doesn't affect me throwing, apart from now and again when I have a little twinge, and then I go walk about on the hockey. But that's all you got to do is don't come too near me. We'll be fine.
We talked quite briefly when you came back from the suspension about, some people were great, really, really grateful that you were back.
Yeah.
Do you have any inclination at all, Richie, that what kind of popularity you have with the fans?
Not really, no. Because I never look back, I always look forward. I never watch myself, because I believe that if you watch yourself, you might try to improve something. You might want to improve your speech. But people like me, as I am, just normal. It's a normal one.
Well, let me be the conduit between the fans and yourself, because you are immensely popular. And if those fans could talk, they would say, please don't change. No, we love you the way you are.
Like I said, that is why I cannot watch myself. I cannot watch my throw. I've been texted and tweeted all day since I've done something up on the stage of the day, and I can't. It could be one of many. You know, I don't know. So the commentators loved it, so you must have said something. So well done, Paul. So you probably put it out there virally.
Well, the thing is, you can't watch yourself. We can't stop watching you, and we don't want to stop. So it's great that you're still in the game.
As long as I'm making people happy, that's all that matters to me.
So moving forward, you want to get the tour card back. You thoroughly believe you're going to get it.
I'm 57. I got another 5 years in me. So I'm going to just go for it in those 5 years and then see what happens. I'll never retire from this game. I'll probably be doing something within it, hopefully, afterwards. And long may it continue, because I love playing this game. I love the people. There ain't many that I've never had crosswords with. I have had crosswords with, I should say. And we got that one wrong, didn't I? But no, it's been a part of my life for over 40 years, and I hope it continues for another 40.
Well, let me just say thank you for everything you've done to entertain us over the last 3 decades. You are far from finished, but this is the right way to finish this interview, Richie. We thank you for your time.
I appreciate it.
You and I have had conversations in the past, and we always seem to talk about the same thing, the old Flanders pigeon murderer from Blackadder Goes Forth. Allow everybody to know what your favourite poem is, because I'm going to start and you're going to finish. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Slightly higher there.
Just like that.
Just
Baldrick
like that.
did it well, you
just
did
like
it better. Richie, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Paul.
Every time you come back to us, we'll welcome you with open arms.
Lovely.
We wish you all the best for the future, whatever you choose to do.
Lovely.
That was Richie Burnett. I've been Paul the Asset Nicholson, and if you didn't enjoy that, you simply don't like darts.
I feel a lot less nervous than last time.
Can you remember what I said, Mason?
You said stop moving your body.
No, I said stop missing.
Sometimes I feel like I get more lucky if I wear my lucky trousers. I would love to play the World Cup.
Dab in there, that's it. All up.
I think we would be incredible pairs partners in the World Cup one day.
Another one.
No, you're gonna go for the 141.
Oh, really?
You're gonna go for the 180.
Team 9 data.
Yeah, it was an incredible experience. Sometimes I feel like I get more lucky if I wear my lucky trousers.
Yeah, I was gaining like 10,000 subs a month in lockdown.
I got picked on for being different, but when I played darts, I was allowed to be me.
It's like, oh, you're running around like a madman, and blah, blah, yeah, never seen you so happy. I was like, what?
I did actually give him a little bit of advice. Can you remember what I said, Mason?
You said stop moving your body.
No, I said stop missing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to actually. I'll put it there later. I'll end up pulling it off the wall. I told you.